Hey YouTube, it's Pace2K here, and today I got a brand new video, of course, but before we get to it, I do want to say this real quick, and that is, I just got a brand new microphone, so if you notice the sound quality difference, I think this one sounds a lot better than the old one. I recommend you guys go back to the old videos and check that out, and then go back to this one just to, hear the sound quality difference. It's insane. This one's a Blue Snowball, so, no sponsorships or anything. But if you do want to check that out, I definitely recommend it. It's a very cheap microphone for, how good it is. And I used to use a headset before, and that's why the choppiness of the audio was like that. So yeah, other than that though, let's actually get to the video, which is about the USA team roster that just got finalized. We know all 12 players that's going to be on the roster. So yeah, let's go and talk about that, and also the FIBA World Cup, which is going to be, I think, in about a month or so. So yeah, let's just go and talk about all of that right now. So the whole reason that this is even, being recorded right now is because Kyle Kuzma ended up getting injured this morning, on Saturday morning, and that's pretty much what caused the team to finalize all 12 players that are going to be on the team, is because Kyle Kuzma ended up quitting because of the injury. So yeah, I want to go ahead and start out by saying all 12 players that are going to be on the team. And yeah, the first picture that I have here is the Boston Celtics. We have 4 players from there that are going to be playing here, and they're definitely going to build some really good chemistry this fall. So we have Marcus Smart, we have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker, who just joined the team, obviously. So next we have Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. So if you're Pacers fans like me, make sure you go ahead and stand up for yourselves. And then you got Harrison Barnes from the Sacramento Kings. You got Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. Derek White from the Spurs, which is obviously going to be pretty interesting because Greg Popovich is the head coach, so he might, give him an opportunity and stuff and just kind of build him as a player, continue to do that. And then you got Chris Middleton, you got Brook Lopez, who are both on the Milwaukee Bucks. You got Joe Harris from the Brooklyn Nets, Miles Plumlee from the Nuggets, and then I do also want to go ahead and list off the staff that's going to be for this team real quick as well. So we have Greg Popovich, obviously, as the I was going to say head coach, but head coach, not main coach. And then we have Steve Kerr as an assistant coach, Lloyd Pierce as an assistant coach, and also Jay Wright from Villanova as a assistant coach. So that's the whole, roster right there. You have all 12 players and the 4 coaches. So yeah, I was actually doing some research about the FIBA World Cup because I actually didn't know all that much about it before, like a year ago. So they ended up actually founding the whole thing in 1950, which is crazy. That's a long time ago. And the U.S. hasn't actually won as much as I thought. I thought they would be like dominating this sport, but we've actually won the gold medal only 5 times, which is crazy. Like, you'd think that we would have like won 10 times or something like that because we're just so superior. Not trying to diss any other countries, but it is what it is. And this year it's a lot more arguable of who's better this year. But anyways, just because there's so much more like talented foreign players. But yeah, other than that though, I did just want to go ahead and talk about this real quick. We are we've been the champions, the gold medal champions, the last 2 years. And that's pretty cool. The last time that we lost, it was to Spain, and it was Paul Gasol who was the MVP, which is pretty crazy. That was in 2006. So now in 2019, which is going to be in China, by the way, we're looking to add another gold medal. But there's just so much more competition because the league is just so much fuller of like stars from foreign countries. It's insane. And just for some examples out there, you got Giannis, you got Nikola Jokic. And this is really the part of the video that I want to talk about other countries and how I think they actually can challenge the US this year. And yeah, let's go and do that real quick. So I think it's only right if we really start out with the second most consistent team other than the US from the FIBA World Cup, and that is Spain. So they have Marc Gasol, that's obviously going to be playing at center. He's from the Toronto Raptors. You have Juancho Hernangomez from the Denver Nuggets, Willie Hernangomez from the Charlotte Hornets, and Ricky Rubio, who obviously just joined the Phoenix Suns over the summer. And then I wasn't really sure if I wanted to include this one, but you do have Italy, who has some really nice role players in Marco Bellinelli from the San Antonio Spurs. You also have Danilo Gallinari from the OKC Thunder. He just joined the team after the Paul George trade, that whole huge package. And then next we have Serbia. Serbia definitely has a powerhouse. They have Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, obviously. And then they have Bogdan. I can't really pronounce his first name, but Bogdanovic. You guys know him. Not his first name if you're Pacers fans. But yeah, he's from the Sacramento Kings. And then you also got a guy who I can't pronounce his name either, but it's Nemanja Bjelica, something like that, from the Sacramento Kings. And then also Boban. I don't feel like saying his last name. Center from the Dallas Mavericks. We all love him. The Tobias Harris friend. Y'all, you guys know that. And then next we have, obviously, we have to talk about Greece because we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then we also have his brother who just joined the Milwaukee Bucks in Thanasis. So, yeah, that team is going to be crazy just to see Giannis, pretty much just dunk on people. Just go crazy because he is obviously a superstar. He just won the MVP award, and there's really nobody on his level in this FIBA World Cup except maybe like Nikola Jokic and maybe, just maybe, Kemba Walker. But yeah, that's very arguable though, and I'm just happy that we have so much competition this year. And then next we do have France with Rudy Gobert at center from the Utah Jazz. We have Evan Fournier from the Orlando Magic, Nicolas Batum from the Charlotte Hornets, Frank Ntilikina from the New York Knicks. I hope he gets better this season. And yeah, that's that right there. And then we also have Germany. Like, look at all of these teams with just great NBA players. We have Dennis Schroeder from the OKC Thunder. We have Maxi Kleber, who actually got paid this offseason by the Dallas Mavericks. And then Isaac Bonga, who, we all clown him for being the worst player in 2K. But anyways, also have Morris Wagner, that guy from Michigan, who was on the Lakers and now he's on the Washington Wizards. And then they also have Daniel Theis from the Boston Celtics. And I believe that's it. There might be a couple more. Oh, yeah, Lithuania as well. I can't forget about them. Sabonis is on that team. So if you're a Pacers fans, then we have to rep that team as well. And then they also have Jonas Valanciunas on there. And then Australia does have a very decent team. They have Andrew Bogut from the Golden State Warriors. They have Aaron Baines from the Phoenix Suns. Matthew Dellavedova from the Cleveland Cavaliers, Patty Mills from the Spurs, and Joe Ingles, the GOAT, from the Utah Jazz. So yeah, by the way, Australia just beat the U.S. team, so that just shows you how good they really are with just these role players that they have. So yeah, other than that though, let's go and move on to the next thing that I want to talk about in this video. So this is the part in the video that I'm really just speculating or predicting what I think is going to be the starting lineup. And yeah, let me go and start that off real quick with Kemba Walker, who I'm pretty confident in saying he is going to be the starting point guard. He's obviously, I'm not sure if he's the oldest on the team, but he's definitely up there in age, and he's 100% going to be the main option. There's no way around that. If he does end up not being the main option, then something's wrong because he's definitely the most talented player on the team. I know that the U.S. team is usually driven more towards like just whoever needs to get the most shots up that night, and there's not much to go off of, so maybe he doesn't end up being the main option, but I definitely think that he should be the main option. And then you got Donovan Mitchell at the 2. I think that's pretty set in stone right there. Maybe Jaylen Brown, but I would definitely put Donovan Mitchell in there. And then after that, you can really discuss about guys like Chris Middleton, Harrison Barnes, and Jason Tatum, who's going to be in the 3 or the 4. But then at the 5, you got Brook Lopez and Miles Turner. I would definitely put Miles in there in that starting lineup. And I know I'm definitely biased as a Pacers fan, but, just his rim protection in general is going to be much needed. We're going to have enough stretching of the floor. And, Miles can definitely stretch the floor. People really sleep on that about his game. But, Brook Lopez is definitely better than him at that right now. I'm just saying, like, we don't really need a 7-footer to just chuck up threes all game like Brook Lopez might just do. So I definitely would lean towards Miles in the starting lineup, and yeah, that's really how I'm thinking the starting lineup is gonna be looking like. I definitely think our bench is pretty nice too with some good role players. And yeah, we just have a very solid team. Definitely nothing crazy like the years before, how we had superstars like, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, all of these guys, we don't have all that. We just have, some really solid guys that can really bring something to the table, and just we're really going more on the young talent side of things. We're not really looking for. Well, I'm sure we're looking for some old players as well, just to have some experience on the team. But it definitely seems like the old players are leaning more towards resting, other than anything. Like Damian Lillard, for example. He's a guy who's been very involved with the national team before, but he obviously chose not to play this year because he just wanted the rest. He just came off of a big season, and he obviously needs some rest. And if you're gonna play in the FIBA World Cup and then play a season after that, you're not really resting all that much. So I definitely think it's better that we have younger players other than older players on the team. And I mean, I think it's gonna work out. I think we can probably get this gold medal in the U.S. But if we don't, then we can't really blame anybody, because just look at these foreign teams. It's just stacked full of talent. So yeah, I mean, I hope for the best. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe as well. That goes a long way. And also comment down who you think will win this chip. And yeah, anyways, I'll see y'all boys out.